Take the next step in higher education at Central Wyoming College. Offering 2- and 4-year degree programs in a variety of fields, Central Wyoming College in Riverton is transforming lives and strengthening communities through learning, leadership, and connection.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
For a place, a people, an idea, for right and freedom, for liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Ready for action. Yes. The rest of them lacking. Yes. Moving right past them. Who's lacking the passion? Tell them it's on now. Stand up when you fall down. Competition getting ran out. Get on board or stand out. Championships designed to grit to sound like this. Grind to find the time to win. Winners, this the time right here. Let's go. Let's go.
And welcome to KWYW 99.1 The Heat. It is Game of the Week time. It is Thursday Night Lights here from Shoshoni, as it will be the Wranglers of Shoshoni versus the Wyoming Indian Chiefs in our kind of the third installment of a three-headed rivalry here in Fremont County in nine-man football. We first started that off with Wind River and a blowout win at Wyoming Indian. Then last week, of course, Shoshoni down 14-0, scoring a late first half touchdown en route to 28 unanswered points, and able to come back and take the lead and hold off as Wind River tried to go down for the tying touchdown, possibly the winning two-point conversion try, but Shoshoni held them off at Wind River, winning 28-22. One of the main cogs leading the way, of course, Braxton Mills. Not a lot in the first half to talk about the QB, as he was 0 for 2, and the Shoshoni offense just could not get things going. But starting with 1:05 left in the first through the rest of the game, Shoshoni perfect passing. And the reason I don't say Braxton Mills alone is he was not the only one. Mills, of course, was a perfect 9 in a row, but also Morgan Neal, our player of the game, sponsored by Papa Murphy's last week, had a passing touchdown completed to Quentin Clark, as well as a receiving touchdown from Braxton Mills. Shoshoni is somewhat in the driver's seat, a good bit in the driver's seat, actually, as far as playoffs go, and attempting, as we wind down at the regular season, to get to the playoffs. Wind River in a very desperate situation to try and grab a win. Of course, they had probably the toughest schedule and started out 0-3 playing top-notch teams like Saratoga, then beat Wyoming and then lost Shoshoni. So they've got a lot of work to do to get in the playoffs. The Wyoming Indians are 2-3, I do believe is the overall record as they come in. They do have 2 wins. First time in a while they've had multiple wins, especially that early in the season. They surely would like to come back here. And even though in this 3-headed rivalry they did lose to Wind River in a blowout, it was not without its hope for the Chiefs. Chiefs just made way too many mental errors and way too many bad plays as far as interceptions, penalties, whatnot, that really put them out of it. But they were able to move the ball against Wind River. Shoshoni's defense, pretty comparable overall to Wind River's. It's got some talent. It's young. The Chiefs are young. Everybody in the 9-man area is young, and of course in 6-man too, with DuBois, very young team. Riverton and Lander, no difference. Very young teams throughout all of Fremont County, and you're looking at having a good amount of them have a shot at the playoffs. Wyoming Indian technically is not out. Wind River is not out. Shoshoni in a bit of a driver's seat situation, as are Lander and Riverton. Of course, tomorrow night you will have the big 11-man rivalry that will cap off the rivalries, if you will, for us at Wyo Today for the year in football, as Lander will travel to Riverton. Riverton coming off a big win at Buffalo, and Lander coming off a loss at Douglas. It's going to be one heck of a night. And reminder, we do both feeds. We don't combine up here at Wyo Today. We know you want to hear the guys who follow and root for your team. So if you are a Lander fan tomorrow night, you will be listening to 93.1 KFCW. That will be Ernie Over and Austin Beck Doss on the call. That is the Lander feed. And, of course, for Riverton football, as always, will be Cody and Baylor Beers on 93.9 KTAK. Thermopolis will be playing tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you're looking to follow that game, 2 p.m. is the kickoff. And they will be on 101.7 KDNO. It's about 20. They're going to say 21. By the clock, I've got 23, but we'll go with the official clock. Just under 21 minutes to kickoff. When we come back, it will be time for the Ranger Keys of the Game here on Wyo Today and 99.1 The Heat.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
Riverton's Hampton Inn Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens. Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
And welcome back to 99.1 KWYW, The Heat, and Wyo Today Media. Of course, if you're on your way home from work and not coming to the game tonight, listen on 99.1. We live stream all of our games up until the state playoffs when WHSAA and NFHS horribly say no to us and say no to most of the broadcasters in the state. And let your legislature know, let your WHSAA representative know that you want hometown radio and hometown broadcasts. Those of you who've watched the Wyoming Indian game, for example, the state championships last year, saw what can horribly go wrong when it's left up to a national feed that quite honestly is just doing it for the money. This is, of course, with your Game of the Week, Kevin Shields, station manager and publisher over at Wire Today. And we got a special treat tonight. She's shaking her head. It's not cameraman Connor. He's at band practice. It is camera woman Courtney. Camera woman Courtney, tell the people how you're feeling.
Great.
And like Connor, she's a person of great soliloquies and monologues, and that's probably the only word we'll get. We'll go ahead. She wants it on mute, so we'll put her on mute. She can take the headset off. We are supposed to have a special guest with us tonight. And, of course, we had a special guest doing color commentary for Wind River versus Shoshoni. That was Sergeant Martin. It's not him, but it's someone very similar to him. As we go to the Ranger Keys of the Game, as we await on our color commentator, Ranger keys to the game here are pretty simple, really. Shoshoni would like to get off to a fast start. Their run game is substantial, not quite at Wind River's level, but at the same point in time, Shoshoni's coaching staff, of course, wants to come out a little more balanced. Tony Trumpler, very much about the balance with Braxton Mills at quarterback, and last week they had over 120 yards both through the air and on the ground. Really had Wind River kind of spinning there in the second half on what they were going to do. So it's get out to a fast start, get Braxton Mills started quickly. We've seen games earlier in the season when he starts a little bit slow. The passing game kind of gets disjointed. You see some interceptions. You see some incompletes and overthrows. We saw that a little bit the first two passes when they couldn't get the run game going. They couldn't get balance going in the first half against Wind River. Of course, all that ended 23 minutes in the game, and he was on fire. For the Ranger keys of the game for Wyoming Indian is a little bit more back to basics, and that is they've got to eliminate the silly penalties, and they have got to take care of the football. They've been able to move the ball fairly well throughout the year, but they have self-destructed at times with costly penalties and, more importantly, costly turnovers. So if they can win the turnover battle and keep that really it's more than that. If Wyoming Indians going to want to keep those turnovers at 0, and if they can do that, this game has a chance to be highly competitive. You do wonder also if you're Shoshoni, as part of the keys to the game is don't let Wind River beat you when you beat them last week. Don't let that game, that arch rival game, you're thinking highly of yourself. Boy, your second half was great. This is a different Wyoming Indian team than you've seen in years past. It's a much improved team. It's functioning on a much higher level. Coach Michael Ridgebear to be credited with that, along with assistant coach Michael Ridgebear, and of course Nate Reinhardt and another assistant Christian Lopez to be credited with a very good turnaround this year, getting 2 wins, and they would love nothing more than to get a third win against Shoshoni. It would be a huge program builder. It would be huge for the future as well as this season. So for Shoshoni, once again, get off to a hot start. Try and get some touchdowns, get some points between you and Wyoming Indian. Don't let them hold out hope, because as you go deeper and deeper, as long as it's close, for those who might be saying, well, Shoshoni kind of the best 9-man team in Fremont County this year. Wyoming Indian, yeah, that's what they said about Vanderbilt and Alabama last week. Alabama, #1 in the country, falling to the perennial cellar dwellers in the Southeastern Conference in college football. So anything is obviously possible, and we're looking forward to it. We're waiting for the PA announcer, or Max Mills may be doing it. We're waiting for AD Max Mills, always a great host here for us, and we're waiting for that to try and get the starting lineups here. But when we return, we will jump in and look at the schedule for this week and possibly then go on to the Sutherland starting lineups here on 99.1 KWYW The Heat and Wyo Today Media.
Embrace comfort throughout the seasons with Northern Arapaho Propane and Solid Waste. Proudly rooted in the local community, supporting Fremont County year-round. Your preferred supplier serving enrolled and non-enrolled members. For more information, call 307-463-4185.
Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of our local Fremont County student athletes.
Exploding at 200 miles per hour. Airbags pack a punch. Until age 13, stay buckled up in the back seat. Buckle up, Wyoming. It's the law.
For more than 40 years, Porter's Mountain View Supply has been serving central Wyoming with top brand name spas, stoves, fireplaces, and outdoor grills. With 2 locations in Riverton and Casper Plus financing available for your purchase, Porter's offers expert advice, quality products, and service along with maintenance. Porter's, your local spa, stove, and fireplace provider in Riverton at the corner of Sunset and North Federal.
Welcome back to 99.1 KWYW, The Heat, and WYO Today Media's coverage of the game of the week here this week. Thursday Night Lights football action for you. The Shoshoni Wranglers hosting the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. As we take a look at the Ranger Printer State Scoreboard, we see a couple of games tonight in Class 1A 9-man, of course, this game, and then at 7 p.m. will be number 1 Lingle Fort Laramie at Southeast. They're number 4, so battle of top fivers. And you also have non-varsity opponent. You have number 5, Lusk 9-man, will be hosting the Natrona County Sophomores. Tomorrow night, you've got Rock Springs at number 1 Sheridan in Class 4A. That kicks at 6 p.m. The game has been moved to Natrona County High School in Casper due to air quality issues in Sheridan due to the fires up in that area of the state. In a 4A action as well will be Cheyenne Central at number 3 Cheyenne East, number 4 Natrona County at number 5 Kelly Walsh, Laramie at Cheyenne South. All 3 of those will also start at 6 p.m. And at 7 will be number 2 Campbell County at Thunder Basin, kicking off at 7. In Class 3A, you have a powerhouse matchup tomorrow night starting at 5 o'clock. It is the first game in Class 3A as number 2 Cody will visit number 1 Star Valley. Also tomorrow night, of course, on KFCW 93.1 and 93.9 KTAK, as well as WYO Today Media, it will be Lander Valley Tigers at number 3 Riverton Wolverines. Rollins will play at number 4 Douglas, number 5 Buffalo, and it says 2 number 5, so out of class here. Number 5 Buffalo at number 5 Torrington, they must be tied. Evanston at Jackson, and Powell at Green River. All of those games, with the exception of number 2 versus 1, will kick off at 6 p.m. Class 2A action will feature number 5 Worland at Mountain View at 2 p.m., Thermopolis at Lyman at 2, number 2 Bighorn at Glen Rock at 6, Pinedale at number 3 Lovell, number 4 Cokeville at Kimmerer, Upton Sundance at Burns, Wheatland at Tongue River. All of those games start at 6, with the exception being Moorcraft at Newcastle at 7 p.m. And Class 1A 9-man tomorrow night will be number 3 Saratoga at number 2 Pine Bluffs at 6 p.m., Graybull at Rocky Mountain at 7 p.m., and Wright wins 1-0 in a forfeit over Guernsey Sunrise. In Class 1A 6-man tomorrow evening, it will be Casper Christian, or not tomorrow evening, Casper Christian at Farson Eden at noon, number 4 Matitsi at Casey at 1 p.m., and DuBois at number 3 Encampment at 2 p.m., Midwest at number 5 Riverside at 6 p.m. On Saturday, the 12th, in Class 1A 9-man, Wind River will be at Big Piney at 1 p.m. And in Class 1A 6-man, it will be HEM at number 1 Little Snake River at 2 and 10 Sleep at Hewlett at 2 p.m. So that is your Ranger Printers scoreboard and schedule for this weekend. We will return in just a moment with the Sutherland starting lineup on 99.1 KWYW, The Heat.
Shoshoni Rose Casino and Hotel is proud to support youth sports in Fremont County. Enjoy a meal at the Deca Gai He restaurant. Deca Gai He is Shoshoni for the eating house. Open daily from 7:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. Try a weekend getaway with the family in one of their comfortable, pet-friendly guest rooms and enjoy the heated swimming pool. Book online at ShoshoniRose.com and remember to support Fremont County youth sports. Go team!
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Take the next step in higher education at Central Wyoming College. Offering 2- and 4-year degree programs in a variety of fields, Central Wyoming College in Riverton is transforming lives and strengthening communities through learning, leadership, and connection.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
And welcome back to 99.1 KWY, The Heat, and Wyo today's coverage of a Week 6's Game of the Week. It is the Shoshoni Wranglers and the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. I am Kevin Shields, bringing you the play-by-play. Of course, camera woman Courtney, I better get that right, she is my wife, is on the camera, and I told you we would have a special guest. We do. Staff Sergeant Mike McKeon will be bringing color. United States Marine Corps finest. Mike, how you doing?
I am good, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing great. What is going on in the world of United States Marine Corps recruiting this week?
So there's a lot of stuff like this. You know, all the students are in games. It's their final games, so seeing all the seniors get out on the field and put all their effort out there in order to kind of make their last hurrah and come out the victors each and every game is a lot of fun.
I thought it was so cool last week that it wasn't necessarily a player that you guys recognize. Because, I mean, when people think of the United States Marine Corps, they think of tough guys, first of the fight, tip of the spear, those kind of things. And when Sergeant Martin came out and joined us last week, it was a pleasure to have him. But when we said, hey, why are you coming to the game for any other reason? And he's like, well, we've got a recruit, or soon-to-be recruit, or recruit in the pep band. And the fact that he acknowledged that, because people forget, those kids, whether it's band, cheerleader, different schools, drumline, whatever have you, they're working their tail off, too, just like these football players are.
Absolutely, 100%. And, yeah, I mean, we do invest a lot of time. You know, if they're committed to becoming United States Marines, we're committed to them 100% just as much in everything they do, whatever their high school milestone is or whatever they got going on. We'd like to be involved, be invited, and support them before going to boot camp while we get them ready physically, mentally, everything. I mean, They said yes, they make the long trip to Denver and see if they qualified. Least we can do is bring them into the family starting now prior to actually earning that title that so few do.
One of the things that you've taught me over the past couple of years that we've known each other, and I found really, really cool, is it's not, people see a recruiter on TV in a TV show or something like that, or just they just have this theory of, kind of car salesman type thing where you guys get them in, you force them in, and then you just leave them hanging. And they never hear the recruiter. The recruiter paints this rosy picture. But I've been impressed with how much you, along with Sergeant Martin and everybody else, you keep up with them as they go on. It's not just, oh, well, I got another mark towards my quota or anything like that. Nothing against salespeople. I have plenty of great ones on my staff.
Yeah.
But also, it's one of the things you told me is, look, I'm not here to really push anything. I'm here to answer questions and provide an opportunity. I'm going to ask you a question now that I asked Sergeant Martin last week. If there is something, let's say parents, kids are having that talk, parents are watching the game, grandparents, whomever is watching this game, what is something that they could talk about now before they even come see a recruiter, whether it's Marine, Army, anything like that?
Yep.
What is a topic or what is a series of questions that you would want them to say, hey, go ask yourself this?
Do you have what it takes? This title is something that less than 1% of Americans earn. Are you really looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I have what it takes physically and mentally to come out the other side and serve the country as a United States Marine? The second, what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? A lot of young men and women, they see right in front of them, and 2 years from now is not where you're going to be 10 years from now. 12 years from now when, they have their own families and everything like that. Is this putting them on the right track and helping them accomplish their goals in life, whatever it may be? And then the hard questions, everyone, like you said, everyone paints kind of a rosy picture and a beautiful thing. Transparency is what I came out here. That's my big word. It's, hey, boot camp's the worst time of your life. The Marine Corps is going to be the best time of your life and the worst time of your life. Where is it you're trying to fit in? And ask the hard questions that recruiters don't like, especially to myself and my staff. What isn't good about it? What's your least favorite stuff? So that way we're painting a full, honest picture of what this path looks like.
All right, we've just been informed, and this does not shock me. Last week at Wind River, Shoshoni chose not to be announcing starters to come out as a team. So here for the Sutherland starting lineups, I'm going to kind of highlight a couple of the players to watch. First for the Chiefs, of course, number 80, LaDainian Brown. He will be their starting quarterback. Number 1, Adriano Brown, one of their key running backs. And then also number 14, Kylan St. Clair. For the Shoshoni Wranglers, of course, you can't go anywhere without a key player. The number 12, Braxton Mills, the quarterback. Of course, number 7, Wiley Filio, and number 9, Carson Kissling out of the backfield. And receiving-wise, it begins with Quentin Clark, possible all-state candidate at wide receiver for 9-man football. He is an absolute stud, but you cannot overlook Morgan Neal, Oakley Hicks, who we saw perform well earlier in the season, and several others. Of course, Carson Kissling coming out of the backfield, Wiley Filio also coming out of the backfield. So those are going to be your keys. They want to be introduced as a team. We respect that. That reminds me, Mike, of the New England Patriots under Tom Brady. It was always everything as a team, and they did, to my chagrin, okay, for several years. So that's going to do it for Hampton Inn Suites pregame show. When we return, it will be 9-man action. Wyoming Indian versus the Chiefs here on Wyo Today and KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
For a place, a people, an idea, for right and freedom, for liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
Riverton's Hampton Inn Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens. Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
And welcome back. It is kickoff time. A few announcements coming up. We just had a great rendition of our national anthem with the choir here with Shoshoni. And a little known thing, if you read the paper already this week, you already know, or if you kept up with it, most people in Shoshoni probably don't know. Mike, those girls got to sing with Foreigner, the legendary rock group, at the Casper Event Center just recently.
That's pretty sweet. Once in a lifetime, especially out here in like small town Wyoming, little opportunities like that. I mean, you don't forget about those ever for your entire life.
No, absolutely not. Our captains are going to be, let's see here, see if I can grab them real quick. It's going to be number 75, Bo Fowler, number 25, Dakota Norse, number 11, trying to catch that. Or excuse me, no, not number 25, Morgan Neal, looking at the wrong roster. Number 11, Quentin Clark. And number 15, that will be, I don't have. So I'm going to mute myself real quick and ask. Who's number 15? Oh, that's going to be Braxton.
Morgan Neal and Bo Fowler.
Who is 15? Yeah.
Says 12 to 15, so it's Braxton.
Oh, you switched? Okay, thank you. So we do have, I need to take myself off mute. We do have a number change here. Braxton Mills going from 12 to 15. And for Wyoming Indian, I'm going to try and grab real quick. I see Adriano Brown out there. I also see Darian Augustine as one of the captains. I'm trying to catch the two middle numbers right now, and I cannot for Wyoming Indian. Wyoming Indian will be in their black pants, white jersey, and their Carolina blue helmets. They look great. And Shoshoni kind of looking like the old school Rams, Mike, with the blue, of course, of Shoshoni with yellow numbers, yellow on the shoulder pads, black pants as well. Coin flip is tossed. Looks like number 17 is out there for Wyoming Indian. I can't see that. It's not 17, so it is 37, Seth Spoonhunter, and now I'm just missing the guy right there. It's 80 number. That is LaDainian Brown, the quarterback. So Shoshoni is going to lose the toss. Wyoming Indian wins it. They will defer. So Shoshoni will accept the kickoff, and Shoshoni will be going left to right on your radio dial. And we'll be right back with the kickoff here on WYO Today in KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, community health centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Dos Solitos is proud to support Fremont County sports teams. Enjoy bold Mexican flavors that'll have your taste buds shouting, "Olé!" Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates on events and food truck locations.
And welcome back. It is kickoff time. Kevin Shields again with Staff Sergeant Mike McKeon. Pleasure to have you out here tonight, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
And it'll be Filio as one of the upbacks, and it'll be Quentin Clark as the deep returner. Teeing it up is going to be LaDainian Brown, who serves double duty. Shoshoni, one of the few nine-man teams, Mike, that I've seen in the past 3 years actually kick extra points, and haven't seen him kick a field goal yet, but that was kind of the difference in the game last week is everybody else pretty much always goes for two. Brown with it teed up at the 40-yard line. A beautiful night in Shoshoni. A little bit hazy due to the smoke of all the fires, but it's pretty clear here. And it's going to be kicked short and towards the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 40. That should be a 5-yard penalty, and it should put the ball at the 45, I do believe, for the Shoshoni Wranglers as Braxton Mills will come out, and let's see here where they're going to put the ball. Nope, they're just going to spot it right where it went out, it looks like. There is a flag on the field. Let's see here. Nope, they're going to move. There we go. Now they're moving it forward. So with the penalty, it will be 1st and 5. I'm not 100%. No, okay, I was about to say I'm not 100% sure that's correct. I think they're supposed to just spot it there. So it'll be at the 45-yard line of Wyoming Indian as Braxton Mills goes out of the pistol. He's going to hand it off to Wiley Filio, and he's gone down the sideline. One guy has a chance to get him, gets him at the 10 after a 45-yard scamper by Wiley Filio on the first run of the day on the end around. And he got that edge, and it was sealed off beautifully by the offensive line.
It was a good stiff arm.
It was indeed not the start the Chiefs' defense wants, as now they are at 1st and goal, about as far away as you can get and remain 1st and goal in the red zone here already with less than 40 seconds gone. Going out of the pistol will be Braxton Mills. He's got a hole almost like a power eye behind him in the pistol, and there's going to be a flag. Do believe there was movement there on the offense. That is indeed the call. Backing up 5 yards, it'll be 1st and goal from the 15. And not what you want to do after such a big play, Mike.
They're excited. They're hungry.
Put yourself in, back yourself up. Going out of the pistol again. He's got one tailback. He's got 2 blocking backs, one on each side. Wide receiver out to his left. Whistled in live by the head official. Mills will take a look. bends down, takes a snap, and it's going to be a double pitch to Landon Casper, and he is going to score on the 15-yard scamper. It was first originally pitched to Morgan Neal, who then pitched to Landon Casper. Don't see that every day.
No, that was good. Got him what they wanted for the kick. This is my first 9-man this year.
Really, it's kind of funny. In the end, it's basically nobody. The teams don't have offensive tackles or offensive guards, depending on how you want to view it. But that can sometimes mean they don't have as many wide receivers, and they actually have full offensive line. Once it gets going, as I told Sergeant Martin last week, you really don't notice the difference. 6-man, completely different game.
That was last weekend for us. It is very much.
Extra point is up and looks good, but there is a whistle early. No, there isn't. It is up and good. So, 1:06 in the ball game. 10:54 left in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Wranglers. We'll be right back with the Chiefs' first possession here on KWYW 99.1 The E.
A lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
B&M Septic and Excavation offers prompt professional service. Call them today for a quote at 850-2200. They serve far and wide across Fremont County and deep. B&M Septic and Excavation is proud to support Fremont County sports. And welcome back. Wranglers strike quick and strike first, as was one of our Ranger keys of the game earlier during the Hampton Inn Suites pregame show, was strike hard, strike fast, and they did just that. So now they will be kicking off to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have to stay calm. It's only one possession, but you know there is kind of the underlying feeling that they have to be able to answer, Mike.
They do. They do. This will kind of set the tone and see where they go. So I'm excited to see where they kick this ball and what they do with it.
Eric Morganson going to be kicking off for Shoshoni, and it's an onside kick and fielded cleanly and nicely there by Titus Brown, the sophomore for Wyoming Indian. It'll start the Chiefs off with very good field position here on their own 42. So neither team really scared of giving up great field position so far.
Not yet.
LaDainian Brown will be quarterback. He has every ability in the world to make Shoshoni pay for kicking short there. And the Chiefs will break the huddle. Brown is going to go from the shotgun. He's got two protecting backs, one on each side, two wide on the right, one on the left. The one on the left goes in motion. And we have a flag immediately, and really not the start the Chiefs want. Let's see here. There might have been a timeout maybe.
I think it was an extra man on the field.
10 men on the field is what camera woman Courtney is saying. Let's see here what the call is, or did the coach get the timeout? He did not, so it'll be a legal substitution. And the Chiefs, again, have to be able to limit these issues if they want to be able to take this game close deeply. That's two penalties now in the first 2 minute 59 seconds against the Chiefs. They're going from the gun, too wide on the right. It was the one man on the left who was the extra man. Fumble! And Shoshoni has it at the 36. LaDainian was trying to hand off to number 25. He was trying to hand off to Dakota Norris, and just a bad exchange, Mike.
Yep. Trying to rush it. They're trying to recover from two back-to-back penalties, and the nerves are getting there.
And now, unfortunately, this Chiefs defense has to come out and try and answer a call. It will be spotted at the 37-yard line of Wyoming Indian. Shoshoni with the ball. Mills in that pistol set, takes the snap, and we have a whistle. It is timeout, Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Here with 9:17 left in the first quarter, Shoshoni ball. We'll be right back. 7-0 Wranglers here on KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
The staff and board of the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft, or showed livestock, thanks for all your efforts. Stay tuned for a bigger and better Fremont County Fair next year.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back to KWYW 99.1 The Heat. Out of the Chiefs timeout there. Coach did not like something he saw. Coach Reinhardt did not like something he saw defensively. Snap is to Mills. Mills is going to look deep. Caught by Quentin Clark and out at about the 11. Let's see. That is exactly where they're going to say. So 37 minus 11 is 26. 26-yard pass. We even have to do math here on Live today. Quentin Clark, the all-everything receiver on the end, just sat down in the zone between the DB and the safety, and Braxton Mills finds him for a 26-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 11-yard line for Shoshoni, looking to strike quickly again. Mills from the gun. He's got trips out left and a protecting back to his left. He's going to take it. Mills is going to roll to his left. Now he's looking for Clark again, complete. And Clark is going to get in the end zone for the 11-yard touchdown. So quick answer after the turnover. And now, while the Chiefs may have felt like they had to answer quickly the first time, Mike, I think they kind of have to now.
They don't have a choice. They're gonna start running away with it if they don't, snap in and figure out what they got to do to get together and make plays.
Extra point, is up and good. And 8:50 left in the first, 14-0. Hometown Wranglers up on the Chiefs. We'll be right back with the Chiefs' second possession here on Wild Today at 99.1 KWYW, The Heat.
To make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Good news, DUI crashes and deaths are falling in Fremont County.
And welcome back to KWYW 99.1 The Heat. Almost went into a long commercial. We'll catch back up with a very important message from local law enforcement after this. Kickoff here, of course, this has been kind of Wyoming Indians' thing, and now they're going to have a chance. Offensively, they have to do so. I won't say they have to score yet. It'd be very, very helpful, but they have got to move the ball. Of course, they've only had one possession, one play. It was a mishandled snap on the ground, and the Wranglers on top of it. Kicking off this time will be Colby Brink. He is a sophomore. He is the other kicker on the team. And this one's going to be quite a bit further downfield. It's going to be fielded by Adriano Brown. He's out at the 25, and that is where things will get snuffed out there by Caden Kissling, amongst others. So the Chiefs going to be on their own 25, looking to get something down. And really, I think now, like you were saying earlier, Mike, with the nerves, they just need a clean snap and a clean play to start things off. Really doesn't matter where it goes. Just keep the ball in your hands.
Absolutely. Just whatever they're trying to execute, plan to execute, do it right, and they'll figure it out.
So LaDainian Brown at quarterback going to break the huddle. He's got 2 wide on the right and 2 wide on the left. Just 3 offensive linemen, 1 protecting back there with him. Snap. Oof. Brown almost drops it, fields it, throws it, and it is complete to Adriano Brown for about 4 yards. So good, positive play. Had to have something like that just to kind of shake the nerves a bit. So set up 2nd and 6 after the positive play. And right now for the Chiefs, Mike, just move the chains a couple times, and move down the field.
Yes, that's what they got to do, and then they'll build confidence in themselves. Their plans will work, and it'll be up to Shoshoni to push them back.
2 wide on each side for Brown. Got one protecting back. He takes it, and he's going to try and take off, and he's going to get sacked by a host of Wranglers there. It'll be a 5-yard loss. Let's see if they give him anything. And nope, they give him exactly -5. So it'll take things back to where the Chiefs didn't want it to after getting into 2nd 6 at 3rd and long.
Right.
So definitely a passing play here. Brown capable of moving the ball downfield with his legs, but the Wranglers weren't having, the defense line for the Wranglers front, I guess it's not 7 and 9, man. We'll call it the front 5, was having none of it. Snap, and there's pressure, and he is going to get sacked again. 2nd sack of the day, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss there as well.
That is not what they need right now.
No, so it'll set up 4th and 15, excuse me. So the punt team will be out here as we see Carson Kissling, the running back, go to return it. And it's never good on a punt where you don't want to punt on 4th and 15. You don't want to have 4th and 15. But when the returner is setting up at his own 45, they're not expecting a whole lot. Look for a potential block, and I think we might have some flags. Nope, they say it got off. It's going to bounce at the Chiefs 45, then at the 50. Kissling almost got dangerous there, as did his brother Caden, flirting with touching the ball. It will be down, though, at the 43 by the Chiefs. So when we come back, it's 14-0. Wranglers looking for more with 5:42 left in the first quarter.
Yeah. On our roads from impaired driving, we take personally.
We started the Fremont County DUI Task Force 2 years ago because we're losing too many friends, family members, and community members to impaired driving.
So we've joined forces to work together to find and stop impaired drivers in Fremont County, wherever they are.
And we're making an impact, but we need your help.
If your summer activities involve alcohol, plan ahead and make good choices.
Drink responsibly, designate a sober driver, or call Safe Ride.
And don't let your friends drive impaired either, even if you have to take their keys and find them a safe ride home.
Let's all look out for each other and keep everybody safe. Remember,
don't risk it. Drive sober.
And welcome back. Referee wanting some time set on the clock. I'm pretty sure not 53 minutes and 50 seconds. For the quarter, but they are working on that. And Mike, the Wranglers have just imposed their will from the outset.
They have, and they're not going to stop doing it either, it doesn't look like, but we'll see.
Pistol, toss, sweep. And he's going to break a tackle out the 50 to the 45, to the 40, out to the 35. That is Carson Kissling, and he's going to reach the 41. 15-yard gain by Kissling on his first carry. It was toss sweep out of shotgun formation. So right now, run game and pass game playing well for the Shoshoni Wranglers. They have 25 on the ground, 37 through the air. Out of the pistol is quarterback Braxton Mills. Takes the snap, going to run to his left. Little option play to Kissling, who's at the 30, down to the 25. Cuts inside, gets right to about the 21. It will be about a 9-yard gain. As I see the chains move, Mike, that's what we're going to go with. Set up second and extremely manageable. 4:40 left in the first. So far, Shoshoni unable to do anything wrong.
No, they're as soon as they snap the ball, everything's going exactly how they've practiced, I'm sure, to go.
Pistol with one protecting back on the left, and either the center flinched or everybody on the Chiefs' defensive line just jumped. Let's see here. That is what it is going to be. It is a 5-yard penalty against the Chiefs. They're third on the day, and it just gives them a free first down.
Yeah.
Scrimmage will be at the 17-yard line. So third trip into the red zone for the Wranglers. They have been successful the previous 2 times. from the pistol. 2 wide on the left. It's going to be a handoff to
Straight
Kissling,
through.
straight up the middle. 17-yard touchdown scamper for Carson Kissling. And things are getting lopsided in a hurry here at Shoshoni High School, as it will now be 20-0, and we've still got 4:05 left in the first quarter. Extra point will be pending. It will be number 85. That will be Eric Morganson attempting the extra point. And they're going to send Mills back in, I'm guessing to hold, because I think he is the regular holder. But right now, Mike, what do you think the Chiefs can do to slow down this momentum? What is the kind of – they've got to stop the bleeding before they can think of anything else.
They need to pick it up. They need to do what they practice.
2-point conversion here, actually. And we have a flag, and it is against Shoshoni. So I would normally say this is where most teams would send the kicker out, but I'm not sure what the distance is on the kicker here. It'll back it outside the 5 here for an extra point, so it'll be about the 6.5-yard line. They're going to keep Mills in the offense back out there looking for 2. Mills takes a snap. He looks right. He's looking for Morganson, and it's going to be tipped away. Well played, actually, there by number 12, defensive player. That is number 12 is Darian Augustine. He had him like glue, and the 2-point is no good. 4:05 left, 20-0 Wranglers. We'll be right back with more Game of the Week here on KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
East Main Street in Riverton, Wyoming can handle all your tax needs. Whatever your situation, we know what to do. Call 307-856-2256 today to schedule an appointment. H&R Block is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And welcome back to KWYW 99.1 The Heat and Wire Today. It is Kevin Shields, camerawoman Courtney, and our special guest this week, Staff Sergeant Mike McKeon. Again, pleasure to have you, Mike.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to be here. It's always fun to see these guys play and put out on the field.
So this will be Colby Brink kicking off. They rotate the duties. He's been one to kick it a little bit further throughout this season. We'll see what they line up here. It is 20-0 Wranglers. They failed on the 2-point conversion, about the only thing they've done wrong thus far. And this one's going to be popped up in the air, and they're going to let it bounce. A little bit dangerous, but Adriano Brown able to pick it up, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards out of it tops. But it will give them the ball, the Chiefs, at their own 30. And now, I mean, you got to set goals at increments. So right now, I think the goal is get a first down.
Get a first down. That's what they need. I think that'll help them a little bit. But Shoshoni just came out off the first play, established dominance, and has been keeping that momentum. And they got an uphill. Chiefs got an uphill battle right now. And
to put that uphill battle in perspective, 138 yards total offense for Shoshoni, -6 for the Chiefs. They had a good first down play last drive, but then soaked it away with penalties.
Right.
Out of the gun, Brown drops the snap, picks it up, and now he's going to get sacked. And that is going to be a 8-yard loss. And just little bitty things right now. The Chiefs are not executing at the level they would want to. And Coach Reinhardt has had enough. Coach Reinhardt has had enough. He wants to have a timeout. We'll be right back with more of the first quarter here on Wire Today, KWYW 99.1 to 8.
Doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Hey guys, this is Nick Haskell, and here at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring, we have the best brands. With our size, we are able to shop for you. We're able to choose the top products from the best companies. We carry Lazy Boy, Tempur-Pedic, Ashley, Sealy, Serta, and more. With our variety, we can make sure we're a one-stop shop for all of your home furnishing needs. Come in today to one of our locations in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton. where we have the best prices and a better service.
And welcome back to Wyo Today Media and 99.1 KWYW The Heat. I am joined by Staff Sergeant Mike McKeon. I think you summed it up during the break. Get one play. Then worry about getting another one and then another one. Because right now it's all just going wrong for the Chiefs. And they look like a team that, and credit Shoshoni, they look like a team that got blitzkrieged from the start. Snap out of the gun. It's going to be kept. It's snapped directly to Adriano Brown, and he's going to gain one. Maybe two. Nope, one. So set up third and a long 16. Call it 17. And this is not where the Chiefs want to be, staring down third and a country mile. And that gets a laugh. That's my Georgia, my Southern roots coming out. It is a long, long way. Breaking the huddle is Brown. This time he's back at quarterback. He's got two wide to his left. Takes the snap and is going to look to throw, and it is complete.
Good. For
about a 9-yard gain. Completion is to Darian Augustine. It'll set up fourth down and about 8.5. And let's see here. What do you do if you're the Chiefs? You don't want to punt it away, but you're deep in your own territory. But a punt right now you got to feel is just giving them 6 points.
Right.
So they are going to go for it. He's got two wide right. Those are Augustine and Brown. Snap, and he's going to look to his right, and Augustine had fallen down. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. As he was targeting Augustine, Augustine had slipped. And it'll be the 1st and 10 for Shoshoni from about the 32-yard line. And just unfortunate that Augustine couldn't keep his feet. Just trying to leave that open for you to come.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to figure out what they're going to do.
From the pistol. Very balanced offense here in Shoshoni. They've got two wide right, and we've got a substitution. Evidently, they'll let them substitute. For the Chiefs, late substitution coming on. Mills, pistol, and looked like he moved first. Oh, no, they didn't hand it to Carson Kissling. It's going to be 7-yard gain by number 44. I don't even have that down. No, that wasn't Caden Bridger. I'm not sure who took that. Snap. And this time they're going to hand it 21 again. Excuse me, that's Landon Casper. And he is going to go 25 yards for his second touchdown of the day. And they now have 3 on the ground and 1 in the air. And it is 26-0 in favor of Shoshoni. Of course, one of the things here, Mike, with Shoshoni is there's a lot of cars, as you can see, kind of like the Mississippi State baseball fans of old, that line out there, and every time something positive happens, you'll hear horns honking.
Yep.
So it is going to be Colby Brink, it looks like, on for the extra point. It is down, kick is away, and kick is good. So with 1:11 still left in the first quarter, it is 27-0 Shoshoni. We'll be right back on KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
And welcome back here to Shoshone. Gorgeous night, smoke hazed and all, still pretty night. It is approximately 76 degrees here at Shoshone. And, of course, a Staff Sergeant in his full dress uniform. The reason given me earlier was long sleeves. You know, I didn't know a little cold scared.
No.
For those of I've known Mike a while.
Yeah.
We met when he first got here. So here it is, Brink with the kickoff. This one's going to be angling towards out of bounds, and it's going to be a penalty. And that's really, Mike, about the only thing that the Wranglers have done wrong is they have 2 penalties, and they failed on a 2-point conversion. That's the extent of mistakes. Ball will come out towards the 30, I do believe, after it went out of bounds. Went out of bounds about the 18. So turns out to be comes out to the 35. So it's about a 17-yard penalty.
I think they can afford it.
I think they can too. So now the Chiefs, I'm with you. I mean, let's get it back to basics, as Nick Saban says when you aren't playing well. Get it back to basics. Let's get a snap off, a clean, good snap. Because a lot of this quarterback pressure has been just due to Brown having to reach down or grab around for the ball. He is out of the gun with 2 protecting backs, trips out wide right. Snap is going to be handed off to Dakota Norse, and he is going to lose yardage on it. Looks like they're going to say lost 1.
They're just not getting the results.
Set up about a 10 and a very, very short 11. They're going to mark him back about a foot as we're now under 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And at this point now, you're not even thinking about the game per se. Let's just go out and execute and do the right things and just see what can happen. Second and a short 11 from the gun, 2 wide on the right for Brown. He takes snap. He's looking to his right now. He moves in the pocket, and he's going to throw low and incomplete. And again, the Shoshone Wrangler defense pressuring him out of the pocket.
All over him. I mean, I don't know what the Chiefs are doing wrong. It's the little things, like you said. Cross the T's, dot the I's, and they should be able to execute. With the little things, the big stuff will come, but they're not running right now.
All right, so 15 seconds left here, and LaDainian Brown at quarterback. First down here would be a good play for him. It'd be something to build upon. He's got 2 wide to his left, takes a snap, and he's going to have to move up in the pocket again. They cannot keep the Wranglers off of him, and he is going to struggle to gain 1 yard. We'll set up right at 9. We're going to have a timeout on the field. If this is Wyoming Indian timeout, it is their 3rd. I didn't see where he pointed. Oh, never mind. Duh. I don't know how I missed that. It's the end of the first quarter. There we go. I'll get it squared away right, as Color and wife both laugh at me. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Wyoming Today. So far, it's been all Wranglers. They lead 27-0 on 99.1 The Heat.
Season with Northern Arapaho Propane and Solid Waste. Proudly rooted in the local community, supporting Fremont County year-round. Your preferred supplier serving enrolled and non-enrolled members. For more information, call 307-463-4185.
Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of our local Fremont County student athletes.
Oh, cameraman Connor, if you're listening, we'd love to have you back here as we're looking at the wrong end of the field. And now I get my revenge for the previous comment because she won't wear a headset and talking to her mic. So it's going to be 4th and 9 here after this, after the break for the quarter. 27-0 Wranglers, and not a whole lot has gone wrong for them whatsoever. Shoshoni with 170 yards. They haven't even had to attempt a third down yet. And for Wyoming Indian, minus 4 yards total, 0 of 2 on third, 0 of 1 on fourth. This will be their second attempt at going for it on fourth. They're going to break the huddle. LaDainian Brown going to have 2 protecting backs, 1 on each side, and 2 receivers out to his right. Those receivers are Seth Spoonhunter and Adriano Brown. Snap. He's going to look across the middle. He gets it to Spoonhunter, and Spoonhunter is going to get 12, 13 yards.
That's what they needed.
And pick up the first down. First target for Spoonhunter, and he got some nice yards after the catch, Mike.
Yeah, I think they like running it south better than that's what it is.
Yeah, they like going. They, of course, now for those listening on radio, Wyoming Indian going left to right on your radio dial now. That is their first down earned of the game. Brown with 1 back with him on the shotgun. He's going to look to his right and throws. And was it trapped or is it interception? It's going to be an interception. LaDainian Brown was trying to get the ball to Darian Augustine, and he throws the pick. Second turnover of the day. Now they're going to discuss it because it was pretty close to being trapped here. And not to be biased against Shoshoni. You all know, you've heard me call Shoshoni games before. I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of all the Fremont County teams. I kind of wanted them to reverse that call.
Yeah.
just for the Chiefs' sake. But they are not going to. So it will be 1st and 10, Shoshoni at the 40. And you want to talk about Shoshoni doesn't need any help in this game right now. They did not need the second turnover of the day.
No.
And that right after the 13-yard completion. Just did not get it to Augustine, was well short and a bit to his right, and the safety just easily scooped it out of the air. Mills in the pistol, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and now he's got to run. We've got a flag probably for holding. And throwing back, and it's almost picked. Oh, Wyoming Indian will look back at that. Bad play by Mills, uncharacteristic as he just threw it up for grabs. And number 55, Deha Moss, the junior linebacker right there. But I do believe if it had been complete, I believe it'd be wiped off. I think we're going to see a 10-yard penalty for holding here. They're really analyzing this one. We still have no call on the field. It was thrown by the head official, so we're still kind of waiting. That's a deep hold. That is going to be a 10, 15-yard penalty. So I didn't see any. Did you see a call?
I didn't see anything.
So it was either they held deep in the backfield when he was trying to make something happen, or is a personal foul one way or the other. It's a chop block. We get Cameron. See, Cameron Connor could learn this, helping out with the calls and stuff. It was a chop block. Snap to Mills in the gun. They're quickly going to try and run a tunnel screen, and it is complete. From the 15 out to the 4, back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be right at a 15-yard gain. For number 25, that is, wrong team there. That is Morgan Neal, his first target of the day. And good job by them to get it right back and set up 2nd and 10. Snap out of the gun, rolling to his right is Mills. Now he's going to have to cut back. He's in danger of being sacked, and that might be a grounding. That probably should be grounding. No receiver really in the vicinity, and it did not reach the line of scrimmage either. He did get out of the pocket for a second, so that would be the game. It would help him out, but the fact that it did not reach the line.
It looks like they're talking about it.
They're going to talk about it. Now I have to just assign somebody as a target here for our stat sheet. I'm going to say Quentin Clark. They are going to say intentional grounding. It will be a loss of down plus the penalty from the spot. So it's going to turn into about a 10-yard overall penalty since it is a spot foul. And now, you know, you're always looking for coachable moments. Penalties are starting to become that for the Shoshoni Wranglers with 47 yards worth of penalty yardage. It's going to be 3rd and 20 and a chance to get off the field for the Chiefs, something they've been unable to do defensively.
Right.
We've focused on the offense, but the defense has had time. They're going to send a blitz. Carson Kissling on the toss sweep, and he's got 10. He's now got 20. Are you kidding me? 25, 30, 32 yards by Carson Kissling. And on 3rd and forever, 32-yard carry by Carson Kissling, Mike.
They are firing on all cylinders. Shoshoni is doing exactly. I don't think the penalties are phasing them. He said,
I don't think so either.
We'll go back.
So for those of y'all watching this, wondering what's going on in the baseball world, one game going on right now, and that is the Guardians and the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th, tied 2-2. If Tigers win, they take that series. From the gun, snap to Mills, going to throw short once again to Morgan Neal, and Morgan Neal is going to only gain about 2. So first down play is a positive one of the shorter ones of the night. I'm still just flabbergasted by the fact that on third and forever, 3rd and 20, a little toss sweep goes for 32 yards.
They keep doing it. They've been doing it all game.
Pistol formation. One back with him and 2 out to left, and we're going to get a guy lining up in the neutral zone, it looks like, against Wyoming Indian. And that'll be the 4th penalty of the day against the Chiefs. Oh, excuse me, no.
Yep.
They signaled it originally. He touched his hips. They're going to say he was drawn offsides. So we're going to test Staff Sergeant Mike McKeon's theory that the penalties don't phase them here.
They don't.
I will tell you, it phases the coaches. Because they're looking ahead.
Look, here it is again.
Toss sweep to Carson Kissling again.
Over and over. He's gone.
He's going to get to the 30, to the 20. Good block.
He's
down
gone.
15-10. Touchdown, Carson Kissling on a 43-yard run. So Carson now is having himself a day. 116 rushing yards so far. And there's 8:43 left in the half. 33-0. I'm starting to believe you're right, spot on, man. They get a penalty and a penalty both times, and then the 2 longest runs of the day.
I think they're smack talking. Game's not hard enough for them, so they're making it harder for themselves.
Pistol's going to be a direct snap.
All the
2-point
way
conversion
through.
is all the way through. The direct snap was to the center/defensive lineman, Bo Fowler, and it is 35-0. So now we're seeing centers run the ball here with 8:35 left in the half. 35-0 Wranglers. We'll be right back on Wire Today at KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
Exploding at 200 miles per hour. Airbags pack a punch. Until age 13, stay buckled up in the back seat. Buckle up, Wyoming. It's the law.
For more than 40 years, Porter's Mountain View Supply has been serving central Wyoming with top brand name spas, stoves, fireplaces, and outdoor grills. With 2 locations in Riverton and Casper Plus financing available for your purchase, Porter's offers expert advice, quality products, and service along with maintenance. Porter's, your local spa, stove, and fireplace provider in Riverton at the corner of Sunset and North Federal.
And welcome back to 99.1 KWYW The Heat. It has been all Wranglers. Even when they make a mistake, they rebound back from it. 35-0, and we've still got over 2/3 of the second quarter still to play. Kick is going to be long. It is Colby Brink. It's going to be fielded at the 20. Out to the 30 is Adriano Brown. Good return there, something to build on potentially, as he'll gain 14 yards. They'll give him 15, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wyoming Indian 35 here with 8:24 to go.
I really do. I really think they like going left to right.
They may indeed. I mean, we saw a little bit last drive, something to build on for the Chiefs. They were able to move the ball through the air. Unfortunately, like they have done several times already this season, they just shot themselves in the foot with a turnover.
We'll see what they can do with this one. Now's their time. It's kind of now or never right now. Looking at the board.
At this point, you may just, and this is nothing negative, but you may be playing for just build some positives for the season. I don't think you're thinking about a comeback right now. From the gun, one protecting back to the left, Ladanian takes it and is tipped away and almost taken away by, well, the man of the hour, Carson Kissling at DB. Target was Adriano Brown, his second target of the day. Ladanian Brown on the day, 3 of 7 for 26 yards, 1 pick. But the first quarter was all negative. They've reversed course a little bit. Brown out of the gun. He's going to throw across, and it's intercepted by Kissling. Kissling to the 30. Excuse me, that's Caden Kissling. He cuts back, and he's going to be tackled at the 20. So the little brother, I think little brother, hold on, let me double check. I know they're related. Just trying to see. Oh, yep, that is the younger brother. Wanted to get involved there. And intended target did look to be Darian Augustine. That's the second pick of the day, third turnover of the day. And Shoshoni is going to get their best field position of the day, Mike.
Yep, that's not what they needed. And I'll take back what I said.
From the 20, Shoshoni, new quarterback in. It looks like the quarterback now is Morgan Neal, and we're going to get several flags.
This is all over the place, that one.
Both side judges going to throw them, and now they're going to make sure they saw the same thing. Usually that's a sign of movement, but we'll see here. Nope, it's offsides against Wyoming Indian. That will be their fourth penalty of the day, and that had to be someone just lining up in the neutral zone. Another mental error, and this is going to be something Coach Reinhardt is going to preach. He's a good coach.
Yep.
He's really going to hold them accountable for this because this is a regress, unfortunately, for the Chiefs. So Neal in the pistol. Going in motion, he's going to hand it. No, he's going to pitch back to Carson Kissling. He's at the 10 to the 5. He's going to go out at they're going to mark him out at the 6 after a 14-yard gain.
It's just too many self-inflicted wounds, one after the other.
Carson Kissling, check this out, Mike. 6 carries, 130 yards, 21.7 average.
Huge. I mean, he's crushing it. What grade?
He is a junior.
Oh wow, he's going places.
And I mentioned he has 2 touchdowns as well.
Yep.
So we have a timeout on the field with 7:36 left in the first half. 35-0 Shoshoni, and the Wranglers are driving here on 91.9.1 KWYW The Heat.
Shoshoni Rose Casino and Hotel is proud to support youth sports in Fremont County. Enjoy a meal at the Deca Gai He restaurant. Deca Gai He is Shoshoni for the eating house. Open daily from 7:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. Try a weekend getaway with the family in one of their comfortable, pet-friendly guest rooms and enjoy the heated swimming pool. Book online at ShoshoniRose.com and remember to support Fremont County youth sports. Go team!
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
When repairs are complete,
everyone raised.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Morgan Neal at quarterback. He's going to take it out of the pistol. Man going in motion is Wiley Filio. He's going to get the handoff, and there is a 6-yard touchdown for Filio. Just in around there, and he took it all the way. It looks like we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what it is before we – nope, it's going to be holding. Now, I'm assuming it's not on the defense because there were no wide receivers really going downfield. So that'll wipe off a Wiley Filio touchdown. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Let's see where they spot it. And Shoshoni breaking the huddle. It's going to wind up being 5 yards because it was downfield. So 57 yards of penalties. They have 6 of them. It'll be first and goal from right about 10.5. Neal in the gun this time. He's going to take the snap. He's going to throw out to Wiley Filio, who's going to cut inside and should have it. Touchdown.
They just don't stop.
10-yard touchdown pass to Filio from Morgan Neal is the first touchdown. Excuse me, not from Morgan Neal, for Filio from Morgan Neal. First touchdown on the day for both of them.
Is it normal for Shoshoni to do this? Just get a 10-yard penalty to bring it back for a touchdown?
Every single time they have, you're dead on the money there. Oh, we got a penalty. We have to score again.
Yeah.
Extra point took a little while. Let's see here. It is no good. So we will stay at 41-0 here with 7:22 left in the first half. It's been all Wranglers all the time as they lead the Chiefs here on the Game of the Week on 99.1 KWYW.
Car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And welcome back, 99.1 KWYW, the Heat. 7:22 left in the first half. You heard that right, first half, and it's 41-0. Colby Brink going to spot it down at the 40 and kick off here. And the kick is going to be high, and it's going to be deep, fielded at about the 16-yard line, brought out past the 20, 25 to the 30 to about 32-yard line.
There he goes.
Will go number 25. That is Dakota Norse. Good little return there. He fielded at about the 11-ish and returned it out to the 31, 32-yard line. So about a 20-yard gain for him. Now they need to build on it. One play, I hate to quote because it is still October, but if certain stores are going to go ahead and put out Christmas decorations, I'm going to quote Frosty and say Wyoming Indian just needs to put one foot in front of the other here and start moving the ball positively down the field. Get a first down, then go for another one, and see if you can go down there and get a score. But first and foremost, get a positive first down play. LaDainian Brown in the gun. He's got 2 wide on each side. Takes the snap. He looks left. He's going to throw left, and that is going to be – it's close.
Uh-oh.
It may be picked. It may be simultaneous possession. Let's see what they rule here.
Uh-oh.
They're going to say simultaneous possession, so it'll be a 13-yard gain.
Good for them.
To Adriano Brown. He is their absolute stud, came back in. I think it was the right call, actually. I thought it was simultaneously caught, went down the ground. Shoshoni rolled off with it. But good job by the refs getting together. And, hey, positive, it's first down for Wyoming Indian.
Good. That's what they needed.
They're going to go from the 45 after the 13-yard pass. Brown in the gun. This is Adriano Brown, direct snap.
They need to
He's
move.
going to get out to about 5 yards here. So that's what they got to do, string together positive plays. 5-yard gain on the ground by Adriano Brown.
I don't know. You see the difference, though. Just like the scoreboard, I mean, the energy on the right side and the left side right now are very different.
Very, very much so. Wyoming Indian, I'm sure Coach Reinhardt would say this is where we find out about ourselves kind of thing. And do they sulk? And right now they're not just sulking and bowing their heads. They're trying to string some plays together. 2 wide on each side for Ladanian. He's out of the gun, protecting back on his right. He's going to take it. He's going to look deep, and it's just right behind Darian Augustine. Augustine, a really good receiver for them, and they just have been unable to really find the mark since his first target. He's been targeted 3 more times and just been off target. Of course, one of those was one of the interceptions.
They needed those last 2 plays, though. They're making plays now. That's a start.
Yes, it is. They'll set up 3rd and 5. First real manageable 3rd down for Wyoming Indian in quite some time. It's really only their 3rd that they've faced because of the turnovers. Of course, 3 on the day, and they're going to hand off on an end around to Dakota Norse, and he's going to get thrown for a 5-yard loss. Wyoming Indian, Shoshoni just not buying that play. So Wyoming Indian on 3rd downs where on the 3rd downs they've gone for it, they have not gotten a 1. They're 0 for 3 on that. They're going to give them a little bit. They're going to give them a little bit of forward progress. So instead of a 5-yard loss, it's going to be a 4-yard loss by Dakota Norse. And of course, the Chiefs are going to go for it here. I would anticipate in the air. He's got 2 wide on each side again. Takes a snap. Brown finds a guy over the middle, and he's going to get right at the first down. But we have a flag on 2 sides of the field, and unfortunately the later one might wipe it out, or we may have 2 against Shoshoni. It's going to be a 9-yard pass. We've got all sorts of – we got an official without a hat. Which hats usually means the guy went out of bounds, but it's in the middle of the field. So this is going to be all sorts of confusing. For right now – it is a 9-yard completion to Augustine, to Dakota Norse. It's going to be a false start, and then we got personal foul face mask. So that penalties will offset and we'll redo it. I'm still trying to figure out the hat being off the head because that is you went out of bounds, did not get immediately back in when running your route, and nobody was near a sideline.
No.
So – for those of you who, Kevin, you just don't know the rules, feel free to comment. I want to learn that. So I don't know what the rule is there. So set up a 4th and 9 again. Unfortunately, wiping out a really good positive play for the Chiefs with 4:25 to go. From the gun, same formation with 2 wide and a lot of pressure, and it's going to be deflected. It was intended for trying to catch a number. It was 87 or 37. I can't tell.
37.
37. So intended for Seth Spoonhunter there. And that should be a turnover on downs, but we have a false start, which will be our legal side. It was not a false start because that would have blown the play dead. So they did not do that. So it'll be a turnover on downs as the penalty is declined. 5th penalty of the day against the Chiefs. And unfortunately, with 4:17 here in the first half, they are going to give the Wranglers the ball at the Chiefs' 46-yard line. So now, Coach Mike, what you want to do is see a false start by Shoshoni and then a 47-yard scamper for a touchdown.
That's what's going to happen.
Going out of the gun, it is Morgan Neal in at quarterback with such a big lead. He takes a snap. He's going to hand off to Carson Kissling.
Wow.
And Kissling is going to very much run physically for a 9-yard gain. Be 2nd and 1. That's 7 carries, 139 yards. Unfortunately for him, they got to work on this. His yards per carry is under 20 now, and so that's 19 yards per carry. That's just No, I'm kidding, of course. Nobody write us letters.
Yeah.
Carson Kissling has had himself a day. Snap by Neal, this time giving off to Landon Casper, and he's going to gain the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 6-yard gain for Casper. It'll be a first down. Shoshoni has 237 yards on 12 carries and 4 touchdowns running the ball. They have 64 yards passing and 2 touchdowns through the air, and they're threatening here with 3:28 and counting in the first half. Neal breaks the huddle. He's going from the gun, 1 protecting back, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Snap to Neal. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to find a wide-open Quentin Clark for a 30-yard touchdown pass. And 2 questions. One is, great read by him, but Quentin Clark is the best receiver on the field most times any team in Fremont County, especially 9-man takes the field. How does he get that wide open?
They weren't looking. They weren't looking for him. There was no one even. He snuck behind every single one of those defenders.
And it's coming back. So we'll take the points off the board. Unfortunately, it is going to be a penalty. False start, it seems, against Shoshoni. Be first and 15.
That's good. That's how they score.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, well, they I've never seen on a penalty they score. Do they now turn the ball over? Is the question. Does it have the inverse effect? But snap to Neal. They're running the option. Late pitch to Carson Kissling, and good job there by the Chiefs defense to string it out.
Yep.
And that is going to be Carson Kissling's first no gain. In fact, it's the first time he's carried the ball less than 9 yards on a carry.
We'll see if that affects him throughout the rest of it.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
It looks like they're actually going to spot him with a minus yardage. It's got 2nd and 16 now, as they did spot it inside the 34. Be pistol formation this time for Neal. Shoshoni's going to take the snap, and there it goes to Kissling.
Redemption.
And it gets some redemption there.
Man.
Oh, my. Just muscles his way down to the 17. 17, that'll be 19 yards.
Clearly made up for that last play.
Yes, he did. 19 yards for Carson Kissling. It is a first down inside the 20-yard line, so we'll be right at the 15, or right at the 17, excuse me. And it will be 1st and 10 inside the red zone. They are perfect, are the Wranglers, inside the red zone today. And Kissling now has 157 rushing yards. Neal in the backfield in the gun. Kissling with him, 2 wide to each side. Neal's going to throw to Kissling. Kissling's going to get to the 10, to the 5, to the touchdown.
On in.
17-yard touchdown pass by Neal to Kissling. Just oddly enough, it's his first catch of the day. You know, I'm sure his friends are going, well, what more do you want? He has 157 yards, 157 yards on the ground.
It's pretty good with the feet.
And you don't get much better than what I'm about to tell you, Staff Sergeant. Morgan Neal's thrown 2 passes for 2 touchdowns.
2 and 2, that's a good ratio.
2 of 2 for 2 TDs. Ball is down, extra point is up, and looks good and is good. And with 1:49 left in the half, it is 48-0.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Take the next.
What would you do without her?
And that just went over there. Okay, so our Google machine, camera woman Courtney, looked it up. They threw the hats because they'd already thrown the flags. That's something I feel like I should know. I don't feel really proud of myself not knowing that. So that means in total 6 flags were thrown on that play. So now they'll tee it up. Will Colby Brink, and it has been all Shoshoni. 336 yards 255 of those on the ground, 81 through the air to 23 yards for Wyoming Indian. They have 39 in the air, -2. Excuse me, not -2, that's their average. -16 on the ground.
Wow.
So a lot of that obviously due to sacks, but still, Brink is going to kick. And we have all sorts of whistles as the kick went off. I do see a flag. It's going to be offsides, false start, so we'll back it up 5 yards and re-kick it. Okay, now this is where we really test your theory of after a penalty they score a touchdown, because they got a penalty against them kicking off. So a lot has to go right to stay with your theory.
Bill?
or horribly wrong, depending on which team you're for. They will back it up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get off this one.
And that is an area for the coach, to go back when they look at the tape and look at the film in this. And oddly enough, we still use terms like tape and film, even though none of that is involved.
Mm-hmm.
When they go back and look at the video, for a coach to be like, hey, we lost focus here. We don't need to do that no matter how much we're up or if we're down.
Yep.
Guy just got a little bit ahead of the kicker. Here we go this time. Everybody on sides. And Wyoming is going to let it bounce straight up at the 35. And after should probably take it out of the air, but we'll get about 2-yard gain out of it, where it will be Wyoming Indian football at about the 37-yard line of Wyoming Indian. Minute 45 to see if they can string together some positives here.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a rough outing so far for the Chiefs. Not only is Shoshoni's playing where coaching staff wanted to see them, where they wanted to get to coming out of that season last year, which was a little bit disappointment by Wranglers standards, but they were so young. So out of new quarterback now in, let's see. No, it's not. It's LaDainian Brown, so he's going to look to his left and throw. And what a catch for a 6.5, 7-yard gain. Caught by Seth Spoonhunter, and he's been one of the positives. He's been targeted 3 times, caught 2 of them. So, but it looks like we have a dirty laundry on the field. They're pointing in the direction they're asking the Chiefs what they want to do, so I'm guessing it's going to be declined. Let's see what the call is. It is pass interference. Didn't matter, didn't help them because Seth Spoonhunter hauled it in anyway. And what? Oh, they are going to go ahead and take the penalty, excuse me. So, and smartly. I mean, I say it's a 15-yard penalty, so the gain will be wiped out by Spoonhunter, and so will the pass attempt. But it does give positive yardage to LaDainian Brown and this Chiefs offense with 1:20 left. They'll have the ball on the 47-yard line of Shoshoni, looking to throw again, and this one's going to get caught for about 5 yards.
Good.
Nice completion there. Went to Darian Augustine. Nice to see them get back on the same page. Actually, we'll call it 4 after the final spot is done. So 50 seconds left here. Be 2nd and 6 here in the first half. And unfortunately for the Chiefs, I think with some positive, they'd like to call timeout. They're looking to go deep and almost intercepted and almost then caught by Adriano Brown. I think they might like to look at a timeout and try and keep some things to build on for the season going forward, but I think they've called all their timeouts.
They used a lot early.
I know they used 2 of them. I just don't know if they got that third one. It'll set up 3rd down and 6 with 35 seconds left. Now the sun's starting to go down. It is dropping temperature, and of course my sweatshirt's in my truck in Riverton.
You were smack talking the long sleeves. Look at you. Look at
Shotgun. Brown. He's going to look across the middle and incomplete as he was trying to force the ball into double coverage to Augustine. So, of course, they are going to go here. They're 0 of 4 on third down. They're 1 of 4 on fourth, 31.3 seconds left. And this is one of the more positive drives so far for the Chiefs. They got the ball on the 42-yard line, 43-yard line of Shoshoni. But they've got to get 6 here. Brown from the gun, 2 wide on each side. He's going to be under pressure, throws across the middle, complete to Adriano Brown.
Come on.
From the 42, should give him the 43 to the 33. It is a 10-yard completion. It's a first down, so the clock will stop while they move the chains, but they're going to have to hurry up.
They don't have a lot of time.
No, they don't, but it hasn't been whistled in yet. Clock is moved. They're saying, okay, because they're saying more time should have not come off the clock. Of course, when there is a first down, just like college, they will stop it while they move the chains. They'll blow it in now, and the clock should be starting. Now it is 28 seconds, 2 wide on each side. Brown going to have to roll. He's going to look, deep across the middle, and he's lucky it went incomplete as he was getting hammered when he threw it.
Yeah.
Intended target was Adriano Brown, and he kind of threw it between him and the deeper player. The man back further was number 37, Seth Spoonhunter, and they're lucky that just fell harmlessly incomplete.
Very lucky. They got a good momentum going, though. So they got 19 seconds to keep it going. We'll see what they do.
Does give them a chance to huddle here with 19 seconds left. You figure at most 3 plays probably, depending on what happens and where they go. Out of the gun, 2 protecting backs, 2 wide on the right. LaDainian Brown looks deep, and he's under pressure and incomplete. He was looking to go to Adriano Brown, but just they were unable to keep him clean in that pocket.
Nope.
And he's lucky again as he let go of it. He was getting hit, and the ball fell right to defensive lineman. Luckily for Wyoming Indian defensive linemen, not known for their hands.
Nope. It's the last thing they needed.
So 15.4 seconds left here in the first half. Brown's going to break the huddle. 1 protecting back to his right out of the gun with trips to his left. Snap. Brown under pressure is going to throw left, and it's going to be incomplete. Good effort there by Spoonhunter. Well defended, though. And unfortunately for Wyoming Indian, that is going to bring up 4th down. So they've yet to convert on a 3rd down, 0 for 5, and it's 4th and long with 10.5 seconds left. Shotgun. Didn't like where one of the guys was standing. He's going to send him to the line to block. The guy he's sending up is Dakota Norse. Trips left. LaDainian Brown has a clean pocket, throws, and he's got to get the first down. He doesn't. And that's just that's a mental error by Darian Augustine. Gets 9, goes out of bounds, short of the sticks, and that'll be a question in film study simply because it's not like it was even on the other side of the field. He was looking right at the sticks and went out of bounds, saved time, but instead it'll be a turnover on downs here. So I would anticipate, I'm just going to guess here, it's going to be a run or take a knee with 6 seconds left.
They're going to run it. They've been firing on all cylinders. They showed up to play the
victory formation, or their version of it, under center, and that'll be a loss of 1 for Morgan Neal. Don't blame him there. No reason to try really much anything. It does go against his rushing total. And at the half, it's 48-0 in favor of of Shoshone. We'll be right back with the United States Marine Corps halftime show here on WYO Today and KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
Central Wyoming College. Offering 2- and 4-year degree programs in a variety of fields, Central Wyoming College in Riverton is transforming lives and strengthening communities through learning, leadership, and connection.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
For a place, a people, an idea, for right and freedom, for liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
Riverton's Hampton Inn Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens. Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
And welcome to the United States Marine Corps halftime show. I'm going to age myself here. The few, the proud, the Marines.
That is us.
That is us. Yes, indeed. So, as we take a look at the Ranger stat sheet, the Ranger printer stat sheet, excuse me, It has been all Shoshoni. They lead 48-0 as we're about to enter the third quarter here. I do believe, just had homecoming.
Yes.
Or homecoming court, I should say.
Yep.
Here. And Shoshoni is doing everything they can on homecoming to have a great day. First for visitors from Wyoming Indian. A lot of self-inflicted wounds. Total of 46 yards. 7 of 20 in the air for 62 yards, but 2 interceptions, both of those by LaDainian Brown. 7 of 19. I don't know how that got a 1 there. They are 7 of 19 for 62 yards, 2 picks. For the running game, it has been 8 carries in total for minus 16 yards. Now, that, of course, those carries get a little bit skewed as several of them were sacks, but they have not been able to establish a running game. Leading rusher is Adriano Brown. He has 2 carries for 6 yards. On the flip side of things, going to receiving, 7 of 17 targets there. We did have some targets we just didn't know. I'm just trying to make sure I've got this right. It is 19. So 17 for guys that we knew who he was throwing to for 60 yards. 8.9 yard average when they complete it. Leading receiver right now for them is Adriano Brown. He's got 27 yards. Darian Augustine has 22, and Seth Spoonhunter has 13. In addition to the picks, the Wyoming Indian has fumbled the ball once. They lost it. They're 0 for 5 on third downs, and they're 1 of 5 on fourth downs. Penalty-wise, it's not been an overly clean game by either team as far as that goes. 6 penalties, 35 yards. For the Shoshoni Wranglers, it's a much rosier picture, obviously. First half, 335 total yards. Vast majority of those on the ground. They've carried the ball 15 times for 254, averaging almost 17 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. Leading the way, of course, is Carson Kissling. 9 carries, 157 yards, 17.4 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns, his long being 43, but he also had a 32-yard scamper. Landon Casper has 5 for 52, also has 2 touchdowns. Receiving or passing the ball, they are 6 of 7 is the Shoshoni Wranglers for 81 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. Braxton Mills, who started, went 4 for 5, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. Morgan Neal almost wanting to one-up. Such a great start by Mills, 2 of 2, 27 yards, 2 touchdowns. They basically, in the past 2 weeks, they've only had 3 total incompletions so far through 6 quarters of play. Through the air, again, 7 targets, 6 receptions. Leading receiver is Morgan Neal and Carson Kissling. Both have 17 yards. Through the air, Wiley Filio, Carson Kissling, and Quentin Clark all have touchdowns. Now, here's where we get exceptionally fun. 1 attempted third down by Shoshoni. They didn't convert on it. 1 attempted fourth down, went for a touchdown. So they have not been pushed back too awfully much. The only negative they've really had was 1 missed 2-point conversion and 67 yards of penalties on 8 calls.
Wow.
So if you're Wyoming Indian now, let's just be real. This isn't CBS where someone's going to come fire me for saying this, as far as because people are going to tune away. A comeback is pretty much out of the question. This game is Shoshoni Wranglers to have. What, Staff Sergeant Martin, from a military perspective even, what is the hope now? What do you want to see as a leader of these young boys? What do you want to see them do on this first drive? As they did defer, they will get the ball to start second half.
They gotta just slam the basics down with the basics and the tiny details. They gotta snap the ball crisp. They gotta grab the ball firmly. They gotta tackle. They gotta hit them at the waist. It's the fundamentals of football right now that they're really not. They're skipping over and hoping that it gets them what they want, but it clearly has not been. Now that is difficult with the shock and awe factor that Shoshoni has put out in there. I mean, they are firing on all cylinders and have been since play one. They go back 10 yards and they gain a touchdown out of it somehow. But I think Wyoming Indian, they need to brush it off if they can and come into this second half and just get points on the board.
Back to basics, couldn't agree even more. If I'm Shoshoni, this is a good opportunity. They're having a nice little stretch here. They are securing themselves with each moment that goes by, getting closer and closer to securing a playoff spot, possibly even a good seed if they can keep this going. And realistically, you'd like to maybe explore some depth here. Of course, we've already seen it a little bit with Morgan Neal coming in for Braxton Mills, and that's assuming that Braxton's not hurt. We don't know if he is or isn't. We're going to assume just because of the score, the backup came in. And will we see that, for example, with a Carson Kissling with 157 yards, such a vital part? Do we see younger Kissling, Caden, come in and start getting the majority of the carries? Do we see a guy like a Brody Shepard or Cameron Eder or a Morgan Neal get a little bit more carries? Of course, Morgan playing quarterback, or Landon Casper get the most of them. Receiving-wise, do we see an Oakley Hicks, a Corbin Brown, Jericho Welch, someone like that, to get some more depth going in case down the line you do have to utilize that because of a couple of plays off for injury, or if someone unfortunately goes down for an extended period of time with an injury.
It is a good opportunity because, practice and playing in the game are very different. It's a lot faster, no fail kind of result is needed in order to win the game. But like I said, coming out here, keep the seniority on the field, especially for those seniors. Keep them on the field. These are their last games. This is their homecoming game. The younger guys will get developed through practice and throughout the year. But I think for this game specifically, being homecoming and everything, they're going to keep those powerhouses on the field and at least get them back out, certainly before the end of the fourth quarter.
And here's the interesting part. As far as seniors go, you've only got about 6 on Shoshoni. One is Wiley Hegwer. We haven't seen a whole lot of him offensively this year. Quentin Clark, of course, is one. Braxton Mills, another one. Landon Casper, another one. And Morgan Neal, as well as Bo Fowler and Eric Morganson, both managers as well, Gabe Cornell and Branson Thompson, seniors. So both of your quarterbacks being seniors. Braxton Mills got in his moment. I do wonder if at some point in time, listed as the other quarterback is Caden Kissling, number 8. He is a sophomore. You do wonder if, being senior night, being homecoming, if they'll get kind of that senior moment of timeout in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and let the seniors come off, get an ovation from the crowd, and move on. But we're about 2.5 minutes excuse me, from the second half start. We're going to take a break with them. We'll be right back. It is 48-0. We want to thank the United States Marine Corps, 1, for sending one of their best, and number 2, for sponsoring halftime here on WYO Today and 99.1 KWYWD.
Proud to support Fremont County sports teams. Enjoy bold Mexican flavors that'll have your taste buds shouting "Olé!" Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates on events and food truck locations.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
B&M Septic and Excavation offers prompt professional service. Call them today for a quote at 850-2200. They serve far and wide across Fremont County and deep. B&M Septic and Excavation is proud to support Fremont County sports.
The staff and board of the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft, or showed livestock, thanks for all your efforts. Stay tuned for a bigger and better Fremont County Fair next year.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, And we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Good news, DUI crashes and deaths are falling in Fremont County.
We're doing better, but even one death on our roads from impaired driving, we take personally.
We started the Fremont County DUI Task Force 2 years ago because we're losing too many friends, family members, and community members to impaired driving.
So we've joined forces to work together to find and stop impaired drivers in Fremont County, wherever they are.
And we're making an impact, but we need your help.
If your summer activities involve alcohol, plan ahead and make good choices.
Drink responsibly, designate a sober driver, or call Safe Ride.
And don't let your friends drive impaired either, even if you have to take their keys and find them a safe ride home.
Let's all look out for each other and keep everybody safe. Remember,
don't risk it. Drive sober.
Your tax pros at 219 East Main Street in Riverton, Wyoming can handle all your tax needs. Whatever your situation, we know what to do. Call 307-856-2256 today to schedule an appointment. H&R Block is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Hey guys, this is Nick Haskell, and here at Haskell's Furniture and Flooring, we have the best brands. With our size, we are able to shop for you. We're able to choose the top products from the best companies. We carry Lazy Boy, Tempur-Pedic, Ashley, Sealy, Serta, and more. With our variety, we can make sure we're a one-stop shop for all of your home furnishing needs. Come in today to one of our locations in Cody, Lovell, Worland, and Riverton, where we have the best prices and a better service.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
All right, welcome back. Kickoff is fielded at the 20 by Adriano Brown. He's going to get out to about the 37-yard line, which is where Wyoming Indian will take over. And it felt like it was getting cooler, and now all of a sudden it went up a couple degrees.
It did.
Kind of odd. Of course, then again, Wyoming weather right now all over the board. All we know is it's dry. There's fires all over the state.
Mm-hmm.
Togety Pass, of course, had a really big one. Now has another really big one. Up in Sheridan, of course, their game tomorrow night. Sheridan, one of the top 4A teams. They have moved it to Natrona County. And if you have a chance, folks, check out the Fremont County Sports section in the Ranger and Lander Journal from Wednesday. Carl Cody got some shots of the game at Du Bois.
Oh, wow.
This past weekend, where the smoke, you're just wondering, how did they play?
Right.
It's just incredible. Credit to the school for pulling it off. Credit to all the kids involved. And going under center is going to be Brown. That's the first time, and maybe that's why fumble. It is recovered by Wyoming Indian, but that is the first time all season long, Mike, that I've seen them go under center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be no gain on the rush there.
Better than a loss.
Indeed it is. Credit the center. I don't know if it's just he started the snap and he dropped it or if it's bad exchange. We are having some referee discussion now. Mind you, yeah, they're just going to let it go. There is no flag. We are under running clock rules. So scores, timeouts, injuries, penalties are the only times we're really going to stop here. And they're under center again. Snap to Brown. He's going to hand off to the tailback, Dakota Norris, and he's going to be held for no yards. Brings up 3rd and long. It'll be their 6th attempt on 3rd down. They have been unsuccessful so far. And it's interesting. Like I said, they're usually a shotgun formation team or a pistol team. And we're having education folks ask us for our pen, and I remember all the teachers, all the people in education who got on to me about not bringing my pencil.
Yeah. They said the recruiter will have one.
This time, play action. Brown looking way downfield, forcing it into double coverage.
Nice.
And
is
it's
that
caught.
In? Are
is
they
he
in?
Inbounds is the question.
Come on.
And they're going to say incomplete pass.
They needed that.
Bring up 4th and 10. Intended target was number 25. Was number 37, I think, says Spoonhunter. Can't really see over there. It's kind of weird. This is the only time where the haze is kind of affecting me, Mike. Where normally here I can see real crisp, and right now I can't see as well. Maybe it's just the dusk factor, but it'll be their 6th 4th down attempt here, trying to convert on their 2nd, and he's making fun of me again.
You need
what?
The glasses. Where do you go in town?
Well, it's one of those where they blur out the hat because I go to a vision place, and this one's thrown and picked off by Caden.
He's going,
believe, and he's going to return it
all game
inside the 30. That is a Caden Kissling with the pick. And it is the 3rd interception. This one intended for Adriana Brown is double coverage. It was tipped and then wound up in Caden Kissling's hands. And it'll set up 1st and 10 right at the 29-yard line. We're back. Snap is to Morgan Neal. He's going to pitch it to number 4.
No stop.
Who's going to
all
go
the way.
all the way, 29-yard touchdown. And I've got to look that name up.
He dodged and weaved. He earned that one.
So now's the fun part where I'm going to mute myself and ask who's number 4 because they're not on our roster. I don't have him either. Who? Weston or Wes?
Branson Thompson, the manager.
Okay, so that was Branson Thompson, the manager. He's not on the normal roster.
That's what it says on here.
He's listed as a manager on ours, but good for him. Senior goes 29 yards. That also explains, Mike, a little bit of the reaction from the rest of the team. Being so excited. And the kick is up and good. So with 7:31, clock is moving. Not at the moment because we just had a score. But it is 55-0, 7.5 to go. We'll be right back here on the Game of the Week. Wranglers up 55-0 on the Chiefs.
Embrace comfort throughout the seasons with Northern Arapahoe Propane and Solid Waste. Proudly rooted in the local community, supporting Fremont County year-round. Your preferred supplier serving enrolled and non-enrolled members. For more information, call 307-463-4185.
Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of our local Fremont County student athletes.
And welcome back here to senior night and homecoming night or homecoming game night at least, for the Shoshoni Wranglers. It has been them since the word go, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Non-stop. They're just firing on all cylinders.
Branson Thompson, who's listed on at least the roster we got at the beginning of the season as a manager, goes in as number 4, scampers for a 19-yard touchdown. It is their 5th on the ground, their 8th overall, and they now have 354 total yards due the Wranglers.
They should give it to him again. I'd like to see if he can do it twice.
Kick is going to be fielded at about the 28 to the 30, out to about the 33. By Aiden Cruz, number 87, for Wyoming Indian, and it will set up 1st and 10 from the, let's see where they finally are going to spot him. It is the 33-yard line. Again, if you're watching or if you've coming and going on listening to this as you get ready to eat dinner or whatnot, this is going to be a quick second half. It is running clock for the entire second half. Has been since the halftime score was 48-0. And Wyoming Indian will break the huddle. They went, oddly, something I hadn't seen all year, Mike, under center the past couple. Of course, there was a fumble and then the pick, and then they were able to recover the fumble at least. And now LaDainian Brown back in his traditional shotgun. Takes it under pressure, has to put it up. Adriano Brown catches it at the 50, all the way down to the 45. So it's going to be 17. It's going to be a 22-yard pass completion by LaDainian Brown.
The Chiefs needed that.
Largest play of the day by the Chiefs, as Brown caught it in stride at the 50 and was able to get into Shoshoni territory at the 45. 1st and 10. We're under 6 minutes by the time, or we'll be under probably 5:50 by the time. And I don't mind this. Wyoming Indian taking a little extra time in the huddle, making sure they get the plays right, making sure, wanting to execute, because now it's all about the rest of the season. Now it's about next week. It's about taking some at least positive execution out of this game, Mike.
Yes, using the time wisely. They only have so many plays left. They got to make the best out of each and every one. It looks like they're doing so.
I formation. He's going to come out and pass it. Brown looking to grab it. We're going to have a flag. That is most likely going to be PI, pass interference against Shoshoni. I can't imagine it'd be anything else. Trying to find the white hat here. Where did he go? Oh, there he went. It is going to be PI. Well, it looks like it's going to be PI. Shoshoni's kind of giving it up as they walk back. It is pass interference.
He knew, yep.
Be a 15-yard penalty, and that's really the only thing, if you're Shoshoni, if you're one of the Shoshoni faithful, you can kind of point to, is the fact that you have 9 penalties for 82 yards. And when they were scoring touchdowns off of them, after them, that's one thing. But well, I shouldn't say anything, because the pick six is definitely a potential here, because Wyoming Indian is going to be putting the ball in the air more often than not. Going from the gun, trips to his left. Brown eyes the defense, now takes it, looks left, is thrown across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Seth Spoonhunter, number 37 there. And that's really been the issue, if you will, Mike, kind of all night, is inconsistencies by Wyoming Indian, because they've had some positive plays, but they're not building one upon another and building, as Sergeant Martin mentioned last week, for the Marines, momentum is everything. They've been unable to do that.
They lost it at the beginning. I mean, you can see the momentum Shoshoni has, and that's what's going to take them to the end of it, and not losing it. That is what we do. That is one of our doctrines is gain the momentum and sustain the momentum.
Under 4:25 to go, snap out of the gun. Brown's going to have to run. He's got some room, though.
He needs to move.
To 25, he's going to get down to the 20. It's going to depend on the spot. Should be a first down, or it's going to be really, really, really close. And I don't know how many times I can break journalism rules and say really on that. It will be, they're going to spot, oh, it looks a little short on the spot. They're going to give him 8, so it'll be third. And it's barely 8. So it's going to be third and a long 2 yards to go. Obviously, they're going to go on 4th down if it gets to that.
Yep.
This is the deepest into Shoshoni territory that Wyoming Indian has gotten tonight as we go under 3:40 to play. Brown is going to be in the gun. He's got 2 wide to the right, 2 protecting backs, a full normal kind of offensive line, and they're going to hand it off, and it is absolutely blown up for a loss of 4. It was handed to Dakota Norris. Unfortunately, Dakota just has not gotten blocking today. He's ran the ball 4 times. His best carry has been for 0 yards. And, folks, that ain't on him. That has been, they just haven't been able to block. But also, it's almost like the Shoshoni team is sensing the run, and they are run blitzing every time it comes, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
By fact that 12 carries for negative 12 yards.
That might be the issue too. Is you got one guy doing really good things and another guy not doing his job. It's never gonna work out.
From the gun, all out blitz thrown over the middle, incomplete. On 4th down, it was intended for. We're gonna say Seth Spoonhunter. It really was. He's kind of the closest guy to it, and unfortunately, that is going to be a turnover on downs for Wyoming Indian. And Shoshoni will take it over. And I will be shocked if we see much in terms of throwing the ball here. Up 55-0, running clock under 2:20 now. From the pistol, it's going to be handed off. And, oh, my, up the middle. And we're going to get 15 yards on top of Carson Kissling on that run. Let's see here. Took it over at the 27. Made out to the 47-yard line, so Carson Kissling going to have a 20-yard run, and we are going to see a face mask most definitely against. I mean, it should be the 15-yard variety against Wyoming Indian. I can't imagine them saying it's the 5-yard variety. I guess maybe it could have been a horse collar too, although he wasn't behind him. He did grab him by the helmet. I didn't think he got the mask. I thought he grabbed him by the sides, but anytime your hands are up there, I mean, you got at least illegal hands to the face and stuff like that. I mean, there's got to be more discipline on that kind of play. Let's see here what the official call is. And he's just strolling towards us. Okay, here we go. Personal foul. It is a face mask. It is a 15-yard penalty. 7th penalty of the game against the Chiefs. It'll be automatic first down, 15-yard variety. And they run the clock in. Going inside the 40 now. Snap, and we got whistles before Morgan Neal can even decide what to do with the ball. He calls it himself, I'm guessing movement. So we have a flag. What's it going to be? Oh, they left it on the field. So sloppiness all the way around.
Oh, wow.
They left it on the field, just blown dead. So now we'll do 1st and 10 under 2 minutes. Snap is to Neal. Neal's going to hand it off, and it's going to be a nice gain there. 7-yard gain by Landon Casper. He now has 59 on the day. And with that run, Mike, they eclipse 300 yards on the ground for the day.
Good. I mean, it shows they're the only ones really making it happen tonight.
2nd and a long 3, indeed. From the gun, 2 protecting backs, 2 wide receivers out left. It's going to be handed off again to Casper, and he's going to get to the 25. They're going to give him the 23. It's going to be right at a 10-yard gain for Casper. Be 1st and 10 for Shoshoni. And this next play may be the last one of the quarter. Again, moving clock. We're under a minute. Just depends on how long it takes here and what the result of it is. Neal from the pistol gets the snap, hands to Carson Kissling. He's bumped down for a second, but breaks it out free and is going to gain 9 when he should have gained 0.
Right. They're not stopping. Even with, there's a little hiccup there, but they just kept the play going and got 9 more out of it.
The big thing there, through the shoulder, didn't wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
So I am wondering if they're trying to get Carson Kissling to 200 yards. He's about 14 yards away from it. From the pistol, Neal gets the snap. They hand to Kissling again. He's going to get down to the 10, to the 8, to the 7. No, they're going to say he's down at the 8. So took it from the 14. That's a 6-yard gain for Kissling. He needs 8 more yards, and that's apropos if he gets it. But as we said, running clock, that's going to do it for the third quarter. It is all Wranglers, 55-0 over Wyoming Indian. We'll be right back on 99.1 KWYW The Heat and Wyo Today.
Exploding at 200 miles per hour, airbags pack a punch. Until age 13, stay buckled up in the back seat. Buckle up, Wyoming. It's the law.
For more than 40 years, Porter's Mountain View Supply has been serving central Wyoming with top brand name spas, stoves, fireplaces, and outdoor grills. With 2 locations in Riverton and Casper Plus financing available for your purchase, Porter's offers expert advice, quality products, and service along with maintenance. Porter's, your local spa, stove, and fireplace provider in Riverton at the corner of Sunset and North Federal.
Shoshoni Rose Casino and Hotel is proud to support youth sports in Fremont County. Enjoy a meal at the Deca Gai He restaurant. Deca Gai He is Shoshoni for the eating house. Open daily from 7:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. Try a weekend getaway with the family in one of their comfortable, pet-friendly guest rooms and enjoy the heated swimming pool. Book online at ShoshoniRose.com and remember to support Fremont County youth sports. Go team!
And welcome back to 99.1 KWYW The Heat and Wyo Today's coverage of the game of the week. Starting the 4th, it's going to be snapped to Neal, and he's going to keep it. Neal doesn't get the same tush push that certain other quarterbacks do, but he does gain about 3 yards. Does Neal? That's technically his first rush. Well, it is his first rush of the game. Set up 2nd and goal from the 5 with 11:38 left in the 4th. Going from the pistol, Neal takes the snap, hands off, and whoa, a collision. And it looked like trying to see who that handoff was to. I don't know. It looked like it was handed off maybe to Landon Casper. He's going to gain about half, not even a yard. And that was the first kind of like really over-enthusiastic, aggressive hit by Wyoming. And it was a big hit. The funny part is he wound up on his back as he did fall forward. But, I mean, it's just an absolute collision here. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5, under center now. No, excuse me, out of the power I. Morgan Neal's going to hand it off, and
he's in.
No, he stopped short. Trying to see who that was to. It's to number 7. That would be Wiley Filio. Gains 4, and you know they're going to go for it here. From the pistol, snap to Neal, and they're going to stop him. They do indeed. They do. Wyoming Indian with something to build on there. Filio stopped. And good job by the Chiefs. And finally, kind of something you can point to. They've been hanging their heads, but the defense there rose up to the occasion.
That's good to see. They're not throwing it away.
No, now the harder part. You've got the ball, if you're the Wyoming Indian offense, on your own 1-yard line. And there is a timeout. Coach Reinhardt wants to chat about it. I don't necessarily blame him on that.
Neither do I.
We'll take a break with him. Be right back. 9:51 to go in the 4th. All Wranglers here on the Game of the Week on KWYW.
Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And welcome back. 1st and 10 after the goal line stand for Wyoming Indian, and they are going to just rush forward and a good amount of positioning and a good job. It will be LaDainian Brown. Good job by the O-line there to just get on their horse and push him forward, and he's going to have a gain of 5. I'll tell you, that'd be one way, Mike, to take some positivity out of this is if they somehow get that goal line stance and go 99 yards.
That would be great. That would be huge.
That would be huge going forward for this young Chiefs squad. They're going to break the huddle. It looks like they're going to go under center again with Brown. 2 wide, 1 on each side. And he's going to keep it again and credit them again. I think they got a first down here. They do.
Good.
Another gain of 5. And say something about that Chiefs offensive line here late in the game when you could hang your head or whatnot. After seeing the defense do it, they've come out and decided, hey, we're young, we're losing, but we're not going to be bullied here anymore.
Good. No, I see the same thing. They're not giving up if there's time on the clock. They want to get points on the board.
8:40 to go. Going under center will be LaDainian Brown again. He's got 2 wide on each side. And he's going to keep it this time, but Shoshoni said that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
It's only going to work so many times.
Yeah. So gain of 0, set up 2nd and 10. So we'll see now. But so far, they have accomplished what they wanted. They got out of the end zone. They got out of the shadow of it completely.
Mm-hmm.
And now, a hold, it won't be for a safety. It won't be a hold in the end zone. Most likely you're not going to get sacked into the end zone. You've got some options here. Of course, the one thing you want to avoid is a turnover.
That would not be good field position for them if they give Shoshoni back the ball in their territory right here.
Going under center, 2 wide, 1 on each side, and he's going to pass. And it's going to be high. Almost brought down by Darian Augustine. He's got that kind of level of ability with a ball in the air, but unfortunately – just unable to do it there. And it'll just go incomplete. And they're willing to take their time here, is Wyoming Indian. 7:15 left in the ball game. First half, just because of so many breaks for scores and whatnot, took an hour and a half. Then you add the halftime show. We've been playing about 20 minutes here in the second half, and we're under 7 to go because of the moving clock. So snap to Brown. He's under intense pressure, and he's going to be sacked for about a 7-yard loss from where it was on 3rd.
I think you jinxed them.
Yeah, I think so too. So it's going to bring up 4th and about 15, and one of the stats they'll be able to look back on is they're 0 of 8 on 3rd downs are the Chiefs. And on 4th down here, I mean, I'm not a big fan of punting the ball. In 9-man, you don't see it a lot. But here, like, I might actually consider it, but that's why I'm not a coach, too. So – but I might consider it here just because the field position, if you don't get it, and at least what we've been seeing so far tonight, that is more inclined to happen than getting it here. But you got to expect they're going to go to Adriano Brown here, and they're not even going to look at it. They're going to go deep is LaDainian, and he's well short. He was targeting, I'm trying to see here. I'm watching the guy. Number 12. That is Darian Augustine. That's not surprising. thought they might go looking for Adriano Brown, a little bit of height, and he was on an island over here on the right side. But that is going to set up 1st and goal after the turnover on downs for Shoshone. So you would expect we're about to see some points on the board. Morgan Neal, I think, is still at quarterback. Nope. And it's on the ground. Fumble on the snap, and the Chiefs are going to get the ball. That was actually Caden Kissling, who's in at quarterback. Of course, he is the youngest. He is the sophomore of the 3 quarterbacks. We've seen senior Braxton Mills, senior Morgan Neal. Caden Kissling was looking to hand it off, and just a bad center exchange. And here's the funny part, even though it's 4th quarter, vastly different games, Mike.
Yes.
But last week against Wind River, about the same amount of time, they had a bad quarterback exchange. That was between seniors. But that's what led Wind River to having an opportunity. So 2nd time in a row and deep in the 4th quarter, they've had a center exchange, although this one a little more excusable with the youth on the field.
For sure.
But at the same time, give a lot of credit to Wyoming Indian. 2 defensive stops in a row, one finding the ball on the ground and grabbing it. Of course, the 4th and 1 stop at the 1 on the last series. This defense is at least trying to pull some positive gains for next week.
And now's the time to try new stuff, or whatever you got in the pot or anything like that you want to see work. So put it on the field now.
Well, what they've done the past 2 series defensively has worked. It has worked, definitely.
Here we go.
So Wyoming Indian comes off of the sideline. We'll see the clock whistled into play here momentarily. We are under 5 minutes to go. Be 1st and 10, and this time LaDainian Brown is going back out of the gun. He's got 2 wide on each side. Brown has a hard time, and it's on the ground. And let's see who has it. I thought he reached out and grabbed it, but it's going to be close. It is Wyoming Indian recovery, but it's going to be at the 2. So it's going to be a loss of 8. Just highly struggled with that snap. It was a bit high. And it'll set up 2nd and a country mile as we go under 4:10 to play in the 4th quarter and in the ball game. Out of the gun, got to be extra careful in your own end zone. They're going to blitz. Throw is to Augustine. He's not going to get a ton. Well, he's going to fight forward for some yardage.
Good.
He's going to get about 3, but more importantly, got out of the end zone there. Does Darius Augustine, his 4th catch of the day. He has 25 yards. He is the 2nd leading receiver right now. Adriano Brown with 49. 72 yards now on the day for Wyoming Indian. Bad snap, but he gets it off, and it's complete
Good
to Adriano
job.
Brown. What are they going to say?
know.
They're going to say incomplete. Credit to these DBs for Shoshone, as they do not give up on a play after a catch. They will fight and fight and fight. So intended for Adriano Brown. Unfortunately, what this does do is it makes it 4th down deep in their own territory. But with 2:45 to go and with a running clock, Mike, I would expect by the end of this play, even with a turnover on downs, you may see Shoshone just be able to take 3 knees and get ready for the homecoming dance or whatnot on Saturday.
Yep.
So going out of the gun, protecting back to the left and 2 wide to the left. Snap. He's going to look to go deep. He's got
There
a
it
man
is.
right there, and it's incomplete on 4th down.
That was right in the numbers.
That was intended for, I'm going to guess, Augustine, but I'm waiting to see a number.
Number 1.
It was number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Adriano Brown. And unfortunately, that is going to pretty much do it for the offense, most likely. They are, Ladainian Brown finished the day most likely 9 of 30 for 87 yards, but 3 costly picks in the first half. Minute 45 left. I'm anticipating going to a knee, but maybe not. Caden Kissling in at quarterback. He's going to take it. And it looked like he was looking for a tailback where there was none to be had. He's going to gain about 2. And we have whistles everywhere. There is a little bit of dirty laundry. They are counting Chiefs, and they may have had 10 men on the field. Legal substitution. Legal substitution. I would anticipate it'll be declined. It will be, or at least that's what they signal. And it looked like we just saw Coach. I just blanked there for a second. Sorry, Coach Trumbler do like that with his knee. So I anticipate it does look like victory formation with 1:26 to go. It is going to be Caden Kissling under center. He's going to get most likely a couple of zeros on the rushing stats here by taking the knee. Waits for the umpire's hand to go up in the backfield, and there is the first of, I think, one more knee they'll have to take. As we tick under a minute. And the second half is going to be finished in lightning speed as we kind of anticipated it would be. Should be just one final snap. The Shoshoni team is getting at midfield for the handshake. And there you have it. So one last time at home, and they will light, as homecoming traditions go here, they do it at Riverton, they do it everywhere, they will light the S on fire now. And it will be a final here from Shoshoni. Wranglers 55, Chiefs 0. Here on the Game of the Week on WYO Today and KWYW 99.1. I'm technically trying to make this last longer because we technically still aren't out of the game yet. 2 seconds, 1 second. All right.
That is it.
That will do it for the game, 55-0. And we will be right back with the Click It or Ticket post-game show here on WYO Today Media and KWYW 99.1. The Heat.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Take the next step in higher education at Central Wyoming College. Offering 2- and 4-year degree programs in a variety of fields, Central Wyoming College in Riverton is transforming lives and strengthening communities through learning, leadership, and connection.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
welcome back to KWYW 99.1 and Wyo Today Media. And it is the Click It or Ticket postgame show. We're going to start off with some stats. First, for the visitors from Wyoming Indian, passing the ball 9 of 30 overall was LaDainian Brown, 87 yards, 3 interceptions. Rushing the ball is where the Wranglers defense said, 17 carries, minus 15 yards on the ground for a total gain of 72 yards. Receiving, they had some success. Adriano Brown targeted 11 times, caught 4 of those for 49 yards. He is the leading receiver. In addition, 2 fumbles, 1 loss. And one of the big stats is, Mike, 0 of 9 on third, 1 of 9 on fourth. Just unable to, and the weird part was these weren't third and ones. These were get a little positive play, then get a negative play.
Yep. It was kind of the whole game, and they just couldn't bounce back from it.
For the Wranglers hosting their homecoming week, 415 yards on the day, 6 of 7 passing. They didn't have to put in the air often, 81 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, 28 carries, 334 yards, 11.9 average. And we're going to go to commercial real quick so I can see if I can get a player here on Wyo Today.
For a place, a people, an idea, for right and freedom, for liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber.
And welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on Wyo Today at 99.1 KWYW, The Heat. 55-0 Shoshoni on top, and we are joined by our Papa Murphy's player of the game, Carson Kissling. Tell me what it feels like. You beat your arch rivals on the road last week, and you come out here, you not only start fast, but you start vicious. Was that the plan all along from the coaching staff?
Yeah, we knew coming into this game it'd be not one of the toughest games, but we just knew we had to come out and fight hard. Last week was a good win for us, but we just knew we had to keep up the pace for playoffs, so.
Absolutely. I don't know if you were keeping up with it at all. I thought you were going to get the ball there when you had them down to 8. You finished with 192 yards on the ground on 12 total carries, 16-yard average. At one point in time, you were over 20. Give you this time to say what led to that? I mean, how was the offensive line for you today?
They were great, man. They've just been working their butts off in practice, and we've just been really picking up the pace in practice because we know what it takes now.
Generally speaking, you're a team that is very balanced, as we saw last week. This week, very much run heavy, but I guess take what you're given. You finish as a team with 334 yards rushing. Your quarterbacks come out and do basically what they did last week, throw 1 incompletion.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about last week, too. Going up there, getting down 14-0, seemingly nothing offensively working at Wind River. And then tell me about the importance of that last minute of the first half last week.
Man, we knew we had to change something because the running game wasn't working, so we decided to air it out and picked them apart and found their holes in their defense.
So now cementing you are the winner of the trio of rivalries. You are the best 9-man team in Fremont County. What does it mean for a guy and a senior and whatnot, what does it mean for you going forward?
Oh, I'm actually a junior.
Junior,
but
you're junior, excuse me.
Yeah, it feels great. We just got to keep building off the confidence, get our heads high but not too high, and keep grinding at practice.
Nice little winning streak going. This sets you up for the playoffs. I know you're probably not thinking that far ahead yet. Just finish off the season. You're a battle-tested team. And what can you tell me about what this team, you go to a couple years ago, 2 state title games in a row, win one, lose one. Then last year, a rebuilding team. What are you seeing as far as the results go? Because the difference in years as y'all have got matured has been great.
Yeah, we've really matured. Just that extra year really helps. Last year, we'd fold in the second half, obviously, and this year we've tried staying outside during half times and running routes, which has helped a lot. So just being harder on us in practice, the coaches have, and building our mental abilities to not fold. So,
well, much more football left to play this season. We want to congratulate you again, Carson Kissling, as our Papa Murphy's player of the game. Go enjoy homecoming, and we'll be right back here on WYO Today and KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
Riverton's Hampton Inn Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
All right. Welcome back here to WYO Today and KWYW The Heat. We're going to go right into our Gatorade Good Sport. And you know what? I'm going to give this is going to be a weird one. I'm going to do this one for the last 2 series. They could have hung their heads. They could have walked off the field. They could have just not cared. But I'm going to give that, it's good sportsmanship and attitude kind of award. We're going to give that to the Wyoming Indian defense. I was just so impressed with the fact that they didn't quit.
No.
And they were able to find 2 stops deep in their own territory.
Very much. 1 yard line.
No one could really fault them kind of turning over because everything that could go wrong kind of did go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But that is our good sport of the game. We want to congratulate Carson as well, our Papa Murphy's player game. Finish up the stats here real quick for you. They did finish with 28 attempts, 334 yards to Shoshoni, 11.9 yard average. Of course, Kissling with 192 of them, Filio with 49, Landon Casper with 69, Branson Thompson, 1 carry, 19 yards, touchdown. That was fun to see for this senior. I would get the senior right at some point in time. Throwing the ball, of course, not a whole lot done by the receivers. They didn't have to throw a lot, 81 yards on the day. 7 targets, 6 catches, and 2 guys, Morgan Neal and Carson Kissling, actually both had 17 yards. Oddly, Quentin Clark and Morgan Neal, and Quentin Clark had 37. Only 2 receivers with more than 1 catch, both of them with 2. As far as any kind of mistakes go, nothing really when you have 415 yards and win 55-0. About the only thing might be 82 penalty yards on 10 total penalties. And they did lose a fumble late, but outside of that, played after the game was out at I'm looking for not within reach anymore. There we go. It's been a weird day. So your final here is 55-0. I want to thank Kirk Baxter back at the mothership who's had us on air tonight. I want to thank my wife, camera woman Courtney, for coming out and taking cameraman Connor's spot. I also want to thank Staff Sergeant McKeon for joining us.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. This is a good homecoming win for the Wranglers for sure.
So here's what we have tomorrow just to close out. We got at 6 p.m. Riverton and Lander in Riverton. KFCW 93.1 will have the Lander feed with Ernie Over and Austin Beck-Doss. The Riverton feed on KTAK 93.9 with Baylor and Cody Beers. At 2 p.m., so 4 hours earlier than that, you can tune in to Kevin and Ryan, Kevin Simpson that is, with Thermopolis at Lyman. And then next week, looking ahead to our game of the week next week, I will be at Wyoming Indian. They will be facing Wright, and that will be at 3 p.m. Thermop next week faces Mountain View, a team we've seen already this year, or I've seen, at 3 p.m. as well. And, of course, Riverton will travel to Torrington, and Lander will host Rawlins. That's next week. Of course, tomorrow, the huge Fremont County 11-man on 11-man football rivalry. Again, for Kirk Baxter, for camerawoman Courtney, for Staff Sergeant McKeon, this has been Kevin Shields. We'll see you next time on YO Today and KWYW 99.1 The Heat.
When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Dos Solitos is proud to support Fremont County sports teams. Enjoy bold Mexican flavors that'll have your taste buds shouting "Olé!" Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for updates on events and food truck locations.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Glad they did good.